Hello guys, okay, so now we're gonna take a look at the new samurai class that came to TS English version. We'll go through the skills first, and then the build, and then how to play it. First, it is Tsubame Slash, my favorite skill. It is the same as the monk's tiger claw. So you hold it down and then you let go, bam. Huge DPS. Next is the gliding Tsubame, which is kind of like the gunslinger's spray and pray. I use it for mobbing, and when I run to boss, I'll use this skill first, and I'll explain to you why. Next is the hidden sword Cleave. This is a normal attack, but it has healing effect, minor healing effect on it, but I seldom use this. Next is the Tsubame Spike. It is the same as the Berserker's rush skill that makes you run forward, but it stuns the enemy and it casts a DOT, damage over time, over the path that you ran. This is, although sometimes inconvenient, but it can also be convenient. I'll teach you how to use it later on. And next is the Flying Tsubame. This skill is the same as the Rogue's skill, where you chase and you just teleport right to the enemy. Yeah, this skill is good. Next is the Tsubame Dive. It increases your defense, and with advanced specializations you'll be able to decrease the enemy's defense as well. So this skill is good. And lastly is the secret technique Dome Shield. This skill is more of like a, I would call it a filler, like when everything is off cooldown and you just press the skill for fun. I mean for DPS, yes. This skill is okay for DPS. Mainly it's for the DOT, okay? 80% damage per second over here. Yeah, you use it for that, that's all. So now let's look at my skill tree. I chose to go to the crit path with the crit damage and the reduce cooldown on all skills for 10% once you stack it. Yep. And why I didn't go the attack path is because you see it's like damage of the skill. Flying Tsubame is like a 3-second cooldown skill, and you can only use it every 3 seconds. And also, look at this, targets HP lower than 10%. That's like, you just burst things down so easily, you don't need this. And as for advanced, as you can see, I haven't maxed the advanced skill tree because I'm still level 68, but I'm gonna take this back, okay, the crits back. Everything is the crit tree except for this one, the Mori no Kensei, which is actually the same as this Mori no Kensei. Okay, it gives you damage dealt, so this is good, better than this, because if you take this, you will overcap your crit damage, which in the end is useless. For me, I chose to go Tsubame Slash second tier skill, what do you call this? Yeah, the 2%, because I like it. Okay, so now how do you play Samurai? Maybe I'll just explain and I'll show you. My skill hotbar looks like this. So usually I'll go with Flying Tsubame to fly to the enemy first. Next I will skip and then I'll do Tsubame Dive. Okay, I'm talking about 1-on-1, like just versus one boss or one monster. Flying Tsubame followed by Tsubame Dive to reduce the defense and increase your defense, followed by Tsubame Slash, huge DPS burst, followed by secret technique Dome Shield, because this one deals a lot of damage and damage over time. After that I will use Flying Tsubame again, and then gliding Tsubame, and this skill you can hold it for like 5 seconds, so by that time the enemy would have died. So it's like 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay, Yeah. So next, let's move on to the mobbing. Let's say you run to the boss and there's a huge horde of mobs behind you. I would use Gliding Tsubame first. And the reason is because Gliding Tsubame is a multi-hit skill where you just hold it down and the range is pretty good. So it gives you this combo tick. Okay, so as a samurai, as you gain combo of above 10, you get a max stat of stats. So like you will stack for 10 times and then you get a max stats. So this one helps you get combo. So you just Gliding Tsubame as they come, and then you can use Flying Tsubame because it's a mini AoE skill on them, on whichever is remaining. Tsubame Dive to reduce their defense. Tsubame Slash for anything that's left over. And of course, Dome Shield if you know something is still alive. Okay, so now let's move on to the last two skills. When do I use them? Well, hidden skill, I would say I use it like 1% of the time. And as for Tsubame Spike, there's two instances I use it. First is to avoid the AoE of certain bosses, like you see a red circle on you, you just press this and you get out. And secondly is to stun the boss. And usually after stunning the boss, there's two other skills you can use after this, which is firstly this Flying Tsubame to help you fly back to the boss, or you can hold down Gliding Tsubame to just attack the boss from a range. So now let me show you how to play it in this Crystal Keep Meta Solo dungeon, the Meta Realm Ice Crystal Solo. Okay, let's go. So you run to the end. Oh, by the way, I'm using a healing senshi. So you see the horde of mobs. I'll use Gliding Tsubame first. Okay, so whichever is left over, Flying Tsubame plus Tsubame Dive, and then followed by Tsubame Slash. And they're all dead. So we go next. Same thing, Gliding Tsubame first. Flying, diving, and slash. Pretty simple. Yep, and then don't forget your healing. So for bosses, it's just flying, dive, and slash. And you can use spike to stun the boss, followed by... oh, he cancelled my gliding, so back to slash combo. Yep. Over here I would advise getting inspiration and flip for the increased speed, so you can run over that thing, the ice path, quicker and you won't die. I don't know how to avoid these. Just heal back up. So same, Gliding Tsubame first. You can see my combo here. So over here, for the mini hustlers, I will go to here first, because if you run straight to the end, the monsters will be caught in the corner here in this wall, so you can't really hit them and you have to wait for them to run. So here, flying Tsubame, and then I will do gliding to kill everything, and if there's leftover, just use any skill. Final boss 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 2. Right. I hope this guide is simple enough. So just a quick recap. Flying Tsubame to get to the monster, dive to reduce their defense, slash for DPS, dome for damage over time, and gliding for DPS as well. Personally, I prefer slash DPS to dive gliding because it's so much more. So personally, for bossing, I'll use this skill more, and for mobbing, I'll use this skill more. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments or just whisper me in game. Thank you and enjoy samuraiing.